We are live. All right. Get out of here, little thing on the side. All right. Hey, what's up? Today is January 1st of 2018, the year of Didi. We are talking Yanks. There's not updates, but it's been too long. Wanted to get back on the mic, so let's talk some Yanks. Song, 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 song. In post, there will be a song here. All right, how's everyone doing? Welcome to the new year. Hope everyone had a good New Year's Eve and good Christmas and holidays and all that nonsense. My name is Jomboy. I'm coming to you from California. I just got back from New Jersey, and I'm with my co-host Jake, who's in Denver. Where'd you go? Oh, say hi, Jake.
Happy New Year's! Where'd I go?
Yeah, did you go? Did you go somewhere for Christmas?
We didn't go anywhere. We stayed at our apartment. We had the Krauses. Who's that?
Oh, that's fun.
We got a show going here. Hey, oh, our building's a yuppie building, and there was I don't know, good people watching, good amount of people. There's action if you want to be involved in the action. Oh my goodness. Noodle the Doodle Dog was around. We had a good New Year's. It's that tough like middler state where like wanting to do something fun, but like I don't know, going to the bar is not really appealing. And now there's like all these shows and stuff. We had friends going to those and we're like, no. So we for like 2 weeks we're doing a cop out like, yeah, we might do something, but like we'll just be at our place.
That's exactly. I don't really drink much anymore, which is crazy. But hold on one second. Yes. Well, the podcast is on break because my girlfriend got in the shower and forgot to bring a towel. Hold on one second. All right, hot start to Talkin Yanks 2000. For the 4 people watching live, I guess anyone who watches on YouTube, you will be part of that because I can't edit that out. For the audio listeners, you'll never hear the words I'm saying right now. Anyway, talking about New Year's. I'm so hungover. I hate drinking. The last time I was this hungover, I went to a beer festival, and it was the Mother's Day. I looked it up. Mother's Day, when we lost both the doubleheader to the Astros and lost both games, Sevy decided to be terrible, and Tanaka decided he was also terrible on that day. And yeah, hate drinking, but I was the same boat. I'm 28. Are you 28 as well? We're both the same age right now.
I think so.
And think this is about the time where the New Year's is sit on the couch and like casually drink some drinks.
Do you have happy New Year's thoughts or sad New Year's thoughts? Like, is it like a birthday for you, kind of, or what?
Well, I hate birthdays. I get sappy. Like everyone was tweeting out the thanks for following me on Twitter and what a good year it's been and shit. And I didn't want to send that. I kind of hate the generic like Merry Christmas, everyone. I did that too, though. But when it turned New Year's, I get sappy. I was pretty drunk, and so I sent one out. But
nice.
It gets good. I don't know. I hate being hungover. Dude. Today, I drove home from Starbucks in complete silence the whole way.
Yeah.
And then I realized, whoa, what the hell was that about?
That's the other kind of thing. They got the college football playoff on right now, and it's like a really good football game, but I'm like not that into it. I'd rather
talk
Garrett Cole rumors for another month and a half.
I asked for questions on Twitter today, and I just said no one asked about Garrett Cole.
Isn't that so crazy that like just you can be burnt out on it? Like even if it was the same deal that we were into like weeks ago, it would still just be like,
Yeah. And I don't really like people like the radio overplays that song. I don't like it anymore. That doesn't happen to me with music, but this trade is really pushing my limits, especially when the new report came out. It's like There was one report that said the Yankees and Pirates made a deal for Cole. They shook hands. There will be a trade. They just don't know the exact pieces yet. And I was like, all right, cool. And 4 days later, Bob, I don't know how to pronounce the name, Capiche. It's not Capiche.
I like that.
But Bob Capiche tweets, the Yankees and Yankees and Pirates are not close and have never been close. Like, what the hell? Make up your mind.
We'll talk.
Like, it's too cold. When Giancarlo Stanton was getting traded, that night when it was like all happening was awesome, so much fun, and then it happened. That's the key part. Like, it wasn't all for
the trade.
Huge part of the fun of trade talks is that something happens at the end, and this Garrett Cole situation, I still think Cole's a good pitcher. I still would trade Clint Frazier for him, but I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah, we're fried on it. Even like Yankees Twitter has admitted to being fried on it.
Yep. And I said it during the manager search. At one point, I think I tweeted out the day they announced they hired Boone, but I was like, all news is nothing until it's something. And right now it's all nothing. And it's not looking, and Cashman's pretty good at keeping things under wraps, besides when he rehired Joe Girardi, and I knew about it 3 days before anyone else.
Jomboy Insider.
Yeah. Okay, so that is our Garrett Cole trade talk. If you guys tuned in to hear that, we're done. Except we have some voicemails. It's going to be a nice, quick, just catch-up episode. Football's coming to a close, and the holidays are over now, and this is like, the dog days of summer. This is the dog days of the off season. We need some news because, as we were tweeting, like, what's this ep going to be about? I was like, I don't know. Let's have the voicemails just kind of direct us where they want to talk about. But there's not enough baseball to think about right now, and there's no structure. That's the big thing, Jake. I like schedules and structure, and right now I just don't like what's our podcast release situation. We're doing once a week, twice a week. When the season comes, we do 2 podcasts. So we're going to do 2 podcasts a week after every series. I'm going to wake up every single day, tweet out about the pitching matchups that are going to happen, then live gift the game. Like, there's a lot of structure. Right now I don't know what to do with my life.
Yeah, man. And I mean, to build on that a little bit, I already mentioned football. Like, NFL's been shot for like 2 weeks. Like, I don't know. It just felt like none of the games have mattered. My dog's freaking out again. He's about to get it. But no, man, I don't know. It's just like the holiday season whole, and we need and the Yankees still know that the roster isn't finalized, whether it's a small piece or it's a blockbuster trade to, make the second, third base thing a little more sound going into the season. So it was just so exciting because like the Boone news happened, Giancarlo happened, and it was all like this ball of mass was rolling, and now it's just like then Cashman, like we talked about, he kind of went. What's the right phrase for it? I don't know. He went Brian Cashman, and he, his offers are out there. If you want them, take them. So now it's like, okay, so we'll
the plane is still circling the airport. It hasn't run out of gas yet. The plane is nuts. Brian Cashman's been flying a plane around. He's been flying a plane around the stadium for 3 weeks now, just looking for a place to land. Maybe no one wants his plane.
I don't know.
You know what's good news? I hung out with my grandma over winter, and hi grandma. Hope you're doing good. But I taught her how to pronounce Giancarlo Stanton's name. I just said John Carlo. Say just John Carlo. And that's great. That's a big victory in the Barbara Papa household because she still calls Giambi Game Boy.
Yeah. Saw Jomboy Jesus, now I'm saying it. I saw a Giambi jersey in the mountains this week. That was pretty cool. I was happy about that.
How do you know it wasn't Teixeira?
Yeah, because not.
Did it have the name?
Nah.
So you see 25 and think Giambi?
Yeah.
I would think Teixeira. I would think both. But all right. Anyway, speaking of jerseys, that was the other update. We broke 100 with affordable jerseys, which was the deal we made. If we sold 100, the affordable jerseys will be sending us to spring training, and we got it. So big thanks to the appreciated listeners. That was awesome, and they're good jerseys. And now you get a jersey. We get to go to spring training. We get to make videos. You get to watch the videos. We get to make podcasts. You get to listen to podcasts. Win, 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 win. Affordable jerseys made some money. Yankee fans got good, nice, cheap Yankee jerseys, and we get to go to spring training. We are going to go to spring training March 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. I may stay for a week longer, the full week, but those 4 days will be Talkin Yanks days. 4 games in 4 days. 3 of them are home. 1 is away, but it's in Lakeland, which is close. So we're going to go to 3 home games, whatever. If you've been to spring training, if you live in that area, email us, DM us, just call in voicemails. Give us ideas. What do you want us to do in spring training? I have a long-ass list that I've emailed Jake and my little brother, who's going to be our cameraman, of what I want to do. I want to do a lot, but if you want us to do something specific, if you think there's a place we need to review, go to, see, anything about spring training.
Yes. Yeah, literally open for whatever. If there's a hot Yankee spot that you guys think we should post up, if you guys, I don't know, we'll do anything. Literally. We'll kiss you for $5. There it is.
I wouldn't kiss you because you've kissed your dog's butthole.
Come on.
All right, let's go to voicemails. I think let's just see what the people want to talk about. Here's number 1. Some of these may be hard to hear. I will edit it in post so they aren't.
Hey, Jomboy and Jake. This is Elias calling from New Hampshire. I made a bet with one of my friends if Greg Bird would hit 30 home runs. 30 home runs are over this season. So, Jomboy, as president of the Greg Bird fan club, I was wondering, is this a good bet? Thanks, guys. Love the show.
All right. So I'm president of the Greg Bird fan club. Are you even a member? For a while, you weren't even a member of the Greg
I'm
Bird
like
fan club.
curious. Like I show up to some meetings, but like I showed up to one meeting like hammered and like nobody really talked about it. And then other meetings I come and I just say something like really sad, like, oh, I don't know, maybe he doesn't even make the team. And people are like, what? What are you talking about, dude? Get out of here. So I don't know. I love Greg. Yeah. I'm trying to meet up with him in Denver like Dickens, but we'll I don't know. I want to hear your answer before I answer.
Okay.
I think your answer's gonna have your answer probably has more butterflies than my answer.
I'm already mad at you.
Okay.
Just from you saying you wanted me to go first, you go second. I'm mad at you because I know what you're about to say. So
I don't think you do.
All right, 30 home runs from Bird. Yeah, it's a good bet. It's a good bet. Dude's gonna hit 30 home runs, no doubt in my mind. He hit 10 in like 20 games last year, and in 2015 he hit 11 in 30 games. He's going to be healthy because he just can't be that unhealthy and miss season. So Greg Bird is going to be healthy because you just can't miss another year with a major injury. I'm worried for his mental state if I say he's going to get hurt. So I know people are like, he's injury prone. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm not going to put that in my mind or Greg's mind, who's my good friend because I'm the head of his fan club.
Right.
I don't know what Elias from New Hampshire. Every time I hear New Hampshire, I want to say New Hampshire, which is a weird tick in my brain, I guess. But I don't know what he bet. But if you're saying he's going to hit more than 30, I'd like to know the stakes of the bet. Because to know, like, does Elias have to kill himself? If he doesn't,
right,
then I think it's a bad bet. I don't want Elias to have to die if Greg Bird ends with 29 home runs.
Well, heavy. I don't know. It's there's 2 things working against me. The health thing, like, would just be so devastating if he gets another like fluky type injury. Like, I think I don't know. Is this weird? Like, I don't know. I almost want Greg Bird. Like, whoa! I think Greg Bird's gonna get hurt like once, but you want it to be like a routine injury. Does that make sense?
Like pulls his hamstring and misses 2 weeks, and then he comes back and he's fine.
Yeah, and they're like super cautious about it. Like, oh, hurt his hamstring. You know, he's ready to play, but we're gonna give him extra week. And then everyone's looking around like, we got the injury out of the way. We're good. Times are good.
So you're rooting for a small injury.
Well, it's one of those things. I think we'd be slightly ignorant at this point. Again, I know they're fluky, but I mean, a huge part of being this sounds like an ignorant statement, but a huge part of being a great athlete is staying healthy. And he needs to prove that first. And the other thing that's getting me is just like I'm gonna come up with a better term for this theory. For right now, we'll just call it Jake's Sad New Year's theory. But like people are gonna have to make outs in this lineup, and I don't know. Like now, start doing this. So Giancarlo, you know, even if that dude plays 140 games, like he's pretty much a lock for 50 home runs, which is pretty crazy. Judge, I mean, TBD, but you know, guys set rookie records, blah blah blah. I mean, if Bird's a 30 homer guy, we haven't even mentioned El Gary, who's El Gary. Is that New Hampshire or that Midwest Chicago? I don't know. Like that, the numbers just don't fully. That being said, if it's a 25 home runs, I would take the bet.
So you wouldn't bet that Bird's gonna hit 30 home runs?
I mean, I would, but we.
All right, if Greg Bird hits,
can't talk about my betting.
If Greg Bird hits 30 plus home runs, your dog's got to lick your butt.
Nah, see,
we should come up with better bets.
That's
Doodle's gonna start barking again. All right, let's move on. I think it's a good Elias. I think it's a good bet.
What?
Unless you put your life on the line. I don't know what the stakes are.
Do you know your numbers? Your Greg Bird actually healthy numbers?
Yeah. Do I have them in front of me?
Yeah, that's what I just asked you.
I thought you said, "Do you know them?" And I was like, "Well, I know."
So then, no. Is the
answer. Let me see. Bird. I'm gonna search my Twitter. Jomboy Bird projection. Healthy. They're pretty good. Do I have any bad tweets about Bird? That would suck to delete all those. I don't know, man. When healthy, he's on pace for like 40 home run season.
So I've got an interesting tidbit.
Pace, maybe that's the word I can go. Okay, here it is. Bird has played 71 games in the MLB without a broken heel. This was on September 28th. So almost the end of the season. Bird has played 71 games in the MLB without a broken heel. In those games, he has 18 home runs, 53 RBIs. Puts him on pace for 41 home runs and 120 RBIs. Bam.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So on Baseball Reference, they have 2018 projections, which I don't know what they fully model them on. There's like so one of the last numbers on them is a reliability percentage on like, I don't know, how accurate do they think these guesses are. And the only other player I have up right now besides Greg Bird is Josh Harrison, which maybe we'll segue into later. His is 84% likely. Greg Bird's is 54%, which sounds like a terrible projection. But dude, they only project him. They have him projected for 14 home runs and playing 251 at bats. So I don't know. I don't know if that's just
That's
a
a
random
flaw in their system.
calculator. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just entering games played and then projecting them like injuries aren't a thing. That's
It's
what you just did was read us a really dumb stat line.
well, yeah. Here's man, is 2 years of Major League Baseball, 2015, 22-year-old Greg Bird, 46 games played, 11 home runs, 31 RBIs, 261, 343. The 2017 stats are skewed, but I mean it's 48 games, and it's he's played 94 regular season baseball games. So like,
And he's the best ever.
Let's see 100 in a season before we start saying he's our lefty 30 home run guy. I think he very well could be, but you got to see a little more. And I mean, it was so laughable and we were talking about during the Houston series, and when I can start running hot, I start running a little hot. There was an ESPN article, and it was talking about the X factors of each team, and it said the Yankees' X factor was Betances, and I was like, this guy is not part of our bullpen currently. This guy doesn't have a role on our team. Never mind the X factor. And we were laughing about how different medias and how you view teams kind of shows up. And it was kind of hilarious with Greg Bird in the middle of our lineups because they showed his regular season stats, and it was 190 batting average, 9 home runs. You just picture Houston being like, "Wait, these Yanks are pretty good. They like Greg Bird? He did what?"
There was definitely a ton of fans, ton of people watching. Like this guy's batting 110, and he's batting fourth
in the middle of the lineup. Yeah, so I don't know, man. He absolutely can. I mean, give me 100 games in a season. Like, start there.
All right, so I think if it wasn't me sitting here, and you were talking to a negative Greg Bird hater, you would easily be playing the other card promotion. But you have to balance me out a little bit.
A little bit. Okay. I mean, the dude's talented, pretty swing, but like he's played less than 100 major league games, and technically his lifetime average is 227. Again, no, it's skewed because of the freak injury, but like I just have to see it. I gotta see it.
All right, next.
Hey, how do you feel about having Chase Adams as one of your pieces of rotation? It could be a good level from the Yankees, or you can trade him.
Okay. Yeah. So I can't hear this voicemail. Appreciate the call. I don't know if it was the connection. I don't know if it was the connection or.
Did he kidnap someone close to us?
So ransom note. This is the translation that Google Voice gave me. Hey, how do you feel, Adams? I was wondering if you and Lisa location. Obviously, I think it's about Chance Adams.
Chance Adams in the rotation.
In the rotation, it'll be a good move along with the Yankees. You need if you want. I'll try again. Okay, thanks. Goodies from Mexico. Calling from Mexico. We really appreciate the call. I think the gist of it is do you see Chance Adams in the rotation? Should we trade him or should we keep him?
Was that our first call from a Mexican prison?
They got Talkin Yanks in the Mexican prison system. That's awesome.
Our marketing
I wonder if anyone bought an affordable jersey in the Mexican prison. Chance Adams. You want to talk about Chance? All I really got is the Yankees don't hype him up, and they hype up all their scouts are split on him. So come up and pitch. I'll be ecstatic. I'm not locking him in as I don't lock any pitching prospects in. I don't like pitching prospects. We've talked about this a lot. I mean, not that I dislike pitching prospects. I'll never buy into the hype about a pitching prospect until he comes to the major leagues and pitches. I think it's just very rare to be a dominant starting pitcher. It's incredibly rare.
I think the thing can I make your argument for you, and then I'll make
mine?
I think the thing that you phrased best when we were originally talking about all the trades, this, that, and the other, was you kind of made a priority list. It was I think your number one was, if we trade away a Clint Frazier, a Florial, something like that, and get Garrett Cole or Fulmer, that would be number one. Number two would be kind of go with these guys. If we need a sixth man, it's going to be Chance Adams, Justice Sheffield, whoever else it is, Herman. And then I think number three was bringing in like the example that I keep bringing up that must grind people's gears is Jamie Garcia, but like someone who has MLB proven talent. They're going to get you some innings. And I think you had that third as on your wish list. Yes or no?
The long man?
Kind
like
of.
that MLB. Yeah. I actually, with CC re-signing, I think number one priority is getting infield help, which we can talk about later. So
yeah.
So the rotation, I'm fine with. I would like another pitcher actually, because injuries are going to happen. The five guys we have are not going to be the five guys we end with, or have the entire way. Last year, the Yankees were the only team in all of April and May to only have five people start a game. For 2 months, our rotation held up with Tanaka, Pineda, CC, Gumby, Sevy, and we were the only team that lasted that long. Now, as soon as the All-Star break, it went to shit. Pineda got hurt, and what else happened? CC got hurt, but he came back. Whatever.
We got Sonny Gray.
Yeah. Well, rotations don't hold up, and it could be little injuries, it could not. So you're going to dip into a six starter at one point. So I would like another guy. It kind of sucks for Gumby that he would then be a role player or something like that. I don't think it needs to be Garrett Cole, but if you have the extra prospects and he's available, I don't think you shy away from a good deal if it trickles down to you. Chance Adams, give him his shot. If he is a trade piece, like if the Pirates, if anyone out there is saying, we like this Chance Adams guy, then I wouldn't be upset if he was traded away. Like if a team comes asking for Chance, that's fine. Take him. We have Sheffield, and we can always trade for other starters, especially if we get a starter in return. So,
yeah, and I think, so let's see. Severino, Tanaka, Montgomery, CC, Sonny. We had – so I'm going to make Sonny and Pineda kind of one guy. That's almost a full year of starts. Dude, outside of that, we had Jaime Garcia started 8 games. Sessa started 5. Caleb Smith started 2. Chad Green and Brian Mitchell each started 1. So that's 4.
And those were like bullpen days.
17. So, outside of a starting 5, that's 17 starts right there. And that was, like you mentioned, the Yankees rotation had pretty good health last year. So, you can almost pencil in a 6th guy for 25 starts. And I think in our heads, it sucks, but we'd prefer that guy to be Gumby if it has to be. Instead of kind of rolling the dice between Adams and Sheffield. But again, I don't know. And like I said, my trip to the stadium last year, they were rolling Chance Adams highlights. So maybe they believe in it. Maybe he's trade bait. I don't know. It would be great. It turns into the in cash we trust situation from our seats, like you mentioned. These are pitching prospects. People liked Luis Sessa as a starting pitcher. So, not you, but I'm saying
for those only listening, big time head shaking for me. Luis Sessa throws 100, whatever. Guy.
Exactly.
I'm done with the Luis. If he's gonna get a start, like the first spot start. I think I said this when they set the 40-man. Sessa, Domingo, Brian Mitchell's gone now. If it's only like a one-start situation, people are going to be mad when it's one of these guys on the 40-man and not Chance Adams, because when Chance comes up, he needs to come up and have 3 to 5. Someone's out for a month or two with an injury, and it's not just a one start and you're gone. I think they're going to want him to come up and get more than a toe in the water.
Yeah, and I think it'll come back down to value again. Like we said, Cashman's that plane just won't stop circling. So much damn lacquer on that plane. But they I don't know if one of the trades goes through and it feels like value. Otherwise, I mean, if the injury bug does really hit and you still have those prospects, you try to make a deal mid-season maybe if those guys don't seem to have it this year. So I don't know. I got nothing against. We have nothing against Chance, but it's like it seems like an unnecessary risk. Is that how we want to phrase it?
Yeah, to roll with him as the 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, next voicemail.
Jomboy, Kirby here. A lot going on. It's been a great offseason. Obviously, we're feeling good. Everybody's talking about Judson Stan. The heart of this team, the most important player on this team is Gary Sanchez because of what he can do offensively, the guys he can throw out from catcher. This dude is going to be special. People bitch at him about his defense. He's going to be fine. He is still the most important bat on this team. As he goes, the team will go. They will go far. Team Gary. See you.
That was Kirby, Team Gary. Kirby's a fun name. Is that a first name?
Yeah.
Is it
Georgia head coach is Kirby Smart. I don't know.
Is it a nickname for another name?
I'm going to use that as he's going to be my jumping point, and his name is Kirby Smart.
And that's just it's not a nickname. Kirby is just a straight up like birth name.
Yeah.
I like the name, but it's the closest to strictly a pet name for a human, like Kirby. That sounds like a pet.
The video game kind of did that name dirty over time a little bit, I think. But it's I kind of like it.
It's fun.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Let's find out what Kirby name means. All right. Anyway, what Gary, man, El Gary. I got the hat on. They're for sale. Some people already bought them. The first shipment came in, and they were just not right. Like, no, this is what the hat's supposed to look like. We sent you pictures, so we sent those back. We have a new shipment coming in. If you ordered, they'll be sent out soon. There's only 100. We go to spring training. I'm gonna find El Gary and put an El Gary hat on him. And then we're going to Instagram that, and these 100 are going to sell like that. So if you want an El Gary hat, be an exclusive El Gary fan club. I'm the head of so many fan clubs. It's like wonderful.
The only thing that I think we believe in is that Gary Sanchez will have an El Gary hat on at Yankee spring training this year.
Okay. Gary, power bat. I mean, yeah, he's true. Gary needs to work on his defense. Everyone knows that. Did you hear there was reports that they think Joe was too easy on Gary? Like in the minors, they were constantly on him to work on defense, and Joe let it slide, and they were upset. And Boone said his number one priority is to build a relationship with Gary. If I'm Gary, I'm kind of hearing all this and going like, yo, fuck you guys. Shut up. Yeah, I'm not a child. I am a grown man. I have 2 children.
It's all noise.
Yeah, I agree. Also, Joe Girardi didn't – that's a tough spot. I know he's the manager, but, like, Gary's a professional player, so –
And you want to know if those rumors are true, you want to know why he gave Gary Sanchez more leeway? Because he hit 33 home runs in 122 games, okay? I mean, like, it's – yeah, I'll give that guy some leeway. I don't know. It got a little overblown. Don't get me wrong. At times it was pretty tough, and at times it was on him. But there were also new pitchers, and I mean, the thing that worries you is I'm such a big believer in, like, I don't know if it's the first 10 games in baseball or whatever you want it to be, but like that's going to be a huge storyline to start the Yankee season. And like if Gary has a couple good games, like I think wash your hands, like, and just enjoy it. if like he has 2 pass balls or like a game-losing pass ball or something like that, then the media is going to be going, "Oh, the Yankees, they're a team with 3 DHs on their team. Gary can't play catcher." So I don't know. It's not like he's not going to put in the work. Like, what do we think's going to happen? Like, Gary Sanchez isn't going to practice playing catcher all offseason? Like, screw you guys. I think I got this thing on lock.
I was great last year. No
I'm
practice
fantastic.
needed. No, I mean, he'll work on it. He'll get better. And if he doesn't, I'll worry about it then. Kirby is right. Kirby is also a German name that means settlement by a church. No full name for it. A lot of people asking on Google, why isn't there a full name for Kirby? Because Thanks for calling, Kirby. Sorry if you're offended by me asking questions about your name. I like your name. I'm just interested in the origin and why. Whatever.
And
Gary, Gary.
I know we're down a fun origin path, but I'm gonna hit him with some stats. You like that?
About the name Kirby?
No. Gosh darn it. So Gary Sanchez, this guy we're complaining about in so many different ways. All-star last year, obviously. Finished 22nd in the AL MVP voting last year. I know that's
nice.
Not much, but the 22nd best baseball player in 14-team league or whatever the AL is now. Don't think that
15.
was right. 15. That's so
15.
much. It's a round number. And he won the Silver Slugger, obviously. Again, 122 games. So this dude's coming into his age 25 season. Again, on Baseball Reference, his 162 game average up to this point. And again, he should be improving. This is going to be his third full season, if that. He played 2 games in 2015, 53 games in 2016, 122 games in 2017. His 162 game average is 283, 353 OBP, 49 homers, and 121 RBIs.
That's good.
That's very good. So again, if we have him for 130 games, I mean, even 140, this dude's very special and gets overlooked. So I don't know. He's gonna do his thing either way. It's just, God, we just need to dodge that storyline altogether and hope that there's 2 picks in the first week that he picks up and throws out a runner or something like that. But,
exactly. You're good. The first week we need Gary to have no pass balls and it just dies. But it won't die because people still think Tanaka is an injury risk and he's played 2.5 seasons without an injury. But that Tommy John's right around the corner.
Yeah, we just need there's going to be a storyline. So let's just hope the storyline is, well, Gary put in the time this offseason, and now he looks really good behind the dish.
Honus Wagner played for peanuts. Literally peanuts.
Honus Wagner would win the MVP in both leagues this year. What?
All right, next voicemail.
Thanks for the jerseys, bro. They're great. Also, how come no one's signing Jake Arrieta?
How come no one's signing Jake Arrieta, Jake?
Hi. On behalf of the Jakes. Well, I think we've got a pretty good perfect storm brewing, which I can't wait to see how it winds up. But, it used to be the free agency super contract, Scott Boras, all of it. And now Arrieta, who, was light out 2 years ago. Just silly video game numbers: 22-6, 1.77 ERA. Just absolutely untouchable. Cy Young. The next year, he kind of takes a step back. 18-8, 3.1 ERA. We appreciate you, Jake. Great season still. So last year, his age 31 season, his ERAs have gone 1.77 to 3.1 to 3.53 with less innings, less strikeouts. And I think the advanced stats are saying gnarly things about velocity, this, that, and the other. And Scott Boras is still going in Cy Young, this, that, and the other. he went into the winter meetings with a 78-page binder about Arrieta or something that said he wants a $200 million contract. He's not getting it.
You know what I really don't get? Why does Boris have to do that? Like, he's not a used car. It's Jake Arrieta. Everyone has seen him pitch. Everyone knows his stats. What could Scott Boris's 70-page binder of selling Jake Arrieta tell someone that does some intern for the Yankees, like, okay, here's Boris's binder on Arrieta. What's it say? And then he just opens it up and it's like baseballreference.com on a piece of paper. I don't understand the fact that it got released. One got released about a player in the past and how Boris was pitching it, and it is really weird to me.
Yeah, it's a little desperate almost. Like why do you have to sell them? Like, that's like you're saying, that's seemingly a problem.
What's on page 61 of the please sign Jake Arrieta binder?
Yeah, I don't know. That now you have me so fascinated, because now I'm thinking if you and me made the binder, like, there'd be like just weird pages like Jake Arrieta loves to cook a nice turkey dish.
Yeah. Super nice to the clubhouse attendant. We had this one kid, he was 14 years old. First heartbreak. Girlfriend dumped him, middle of the season. This kid came into the clubhouse, heartbroken, moping around. Jake Arrieta took him under his shoulder. He said, "Love hurts sometimes, buddy, but you'll get through this." Sign this man. Like,
honestly, I'm hoping there's at least a little bit of that. But I don't know, dude. You would probably look. I have to assume it's all advanced stats and crap like that. But again, it should be advanced stats that these teams have. I mean, honestly, right now, God, he's 31, coming off of 2 seasons where he's gotten worse. Like, I think free agency's changed forever. I could see him getting like a 3-year, $100 million deal, something like that. Like, you're still gonna pay for him, but I don't think teams are gonna give him much. And at the other end of the spectrum, like, maybe he gets a 5-year thing that's like extremely incentive laden. Like, maybe those become the new chic contracts, and that's the best way for players to get their money. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's becoming a big game of chicken right now, and either some team is going to clean up with like 1-year deals and like throw Arrieta, Darvish, like 1-year bet on yourself deals to get the huge deal. I don't know. I don't
think it'll come down to that, the 1-year bet on yourself for you or Arrieta. But it's taking so long that if you told me one of these guys is going to get so overlooked that Cashman's going to realize the value, like, the whole market's not paying for them. It's kind of like all the owners and GMs got together and like, let's not overpay for these starting pitchers. Let's play fair. We're just going to all lowball them. Whoever they get, this is where, and then Cashman's going to like exit out of that group chat and realize, okay, I'll just sign him for this much because you guys are all not.
I'll feed the masses with something like this, because it's just a new mindset in baseball. You need the young guys who aren't getting paid a lot to have kind of a good franchise with the luxury tax and this, that, and the other. Man, the only name that jumps out as a GM that still likes to really pay guys is the gentleman in Boston, Dombrowski, who drove the Tigers into the ground. If these guys end up staying on the market for this long, the Red Sox are a pitcher short, I think, or maybe that's my blind opinion looking at the roster. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's their shot across the bow or whatever it may be, and they throw Darvish or Arrieta some money, something like that.
I got a fun storyline for 2018.
Sure.
It's going to continue. Chris Sale cannot beat the Yankees. 4 starts last year, didn't get 1 win. Pitched amazing. Like, pitched really well. Fucking dominated us, but just didn't get the win. So that's a good storyline that's going to continue. All right, next voicemail. Why isn't Jake Arrieta getting signed? I think the market's going slow, and no one wants to be overpaying long contracts right now. And the players are like, hey, but we like those.
We like getting
next
paid.
voicemail. there sound on this?
Hey guys, big fan of the show. Wondering, what do you think about the Josh Harrison trade? Bye.
That was a cute bye. Bye.
Short and sweet. I like it.
Yeah, I like the short sweetness of it. Josh Harrison. Josh Harrison is to me, in my brain, when you say Josh Harrison, I think of him the same way I used to think of Martin Prado, because I've been drafting those guys in fantasy baseball as my super utility. They play all, you can slot them wherever in the infield, which makes me like them. But Josh Harrison trade. I don't know if I'd waste a top prospect on just Harrison. If it was Cole and Harrison, then I'm like, yeah, awesome, bring them over. I don't know what potential trades, and I hate making up. I like when people give me trades and I get to then think about them, but I don't like when people say, what trade would you do for Josh Harrison? I'm like, not interested in.
That's the thing that I don't know
that.
the full ramifications on, because he's got a fun player page to go on, actually. And he kind of would be that perfect fit we talked about, the second base, third base utility. And by the way, this dude was an all-star last year. So this is I always feel like I say this too much, but I don't know. It's starting to get a little too Yankee universe, like, oh yeah, throw in Josh Harrison. Okay. The casual all-star second baseman, third baseman who'd be a great fit on the team. Yeah.
Add that guy.
Yeah, that sounds great. You know what? Throw in just go get signed Darvish and Arrieta. No, here's the part that I don't know value wise. He's on the books the next 3 years for 10 million, 10 million, 11 million. I don't know, like I don't know if he's an upsell in that trade. I don't know if he's a downsell. Like I don't know if the Pirates are looking to shed that much cap. Like when they start talking about the Cole rumors, this, that, and the other, I just don't know where he lands, or like if it's two totally separate entities, you know? He'd be a great fit, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we trade for Josh Harrison, cool. He fits. We could use him. If we don't, we'll figure something else out. A lot of this comes down to us as fans. Or in cash, we trust.
In cash, we trust. And the other thing, I mean, I'm still trying to shy away from full-out super team. Like right now, like the storylines going into next year won't be Yanks are a super team. It'll be like the Yanks have these monsters on their team and can mash. Will that take them to the next level? If we bring in either Josh Harrison, who was an all-star last year, or Garrett Cole or Fulmer, then the super team rumors get started. And just a reminder, last year for the Boston Red Sox, they were called the Golden State of MLB when they signed David Price, and look how that worked for them. So I'm just trying to shy away from that.
Cool. I agree. We have one last question, but first I want to say, did you see the CC incentives? Did you see how that worked out for him?
I did. That was pretty nice.
Pretty cool. Pretty good. I mean, I think it's likely he gets 165 innings, right? Unless he dies.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely hope so. You know. Let's see. I mean, how many innings did he have last year? He had 2 million innings. No, he had 148 innings last year, and again, 27 starts is fairly healthy. So I don't know. That's 185. Like at this point for CC's career would be a lot. So I don't know. Like we want him to. He wants to.
Sorry, man. I'm looking up the meaning of your name right now, which is fun.
No.
It's just a your name sucks. It's just a pet name for Jack.
People call me Jack a lot and think that's okay.
That's not okay. You can't do that. It's like if someone called me Tim. You know why I hate the name Tim? I think it's the most loser, lame name ever. And I think Jimmy is the cool version of it. Tim sounds rigid, and Jimmy's all like zh, loose.
Well, dude, it's Tim, Timmy, Jim, Jimmy. You can't compare Tim and Jimmy. It's Tim and Jim or Timmy and Jimmy.
Okay, it was same thing. The t is rigid, and then sh is
I think
nice
you're
and fun.
biased.
When I moved to Australia, I was 8 years old. The moving company wrote Tim on all my boxes, and they left, and then I turned all the T's into J's. Hated the name Tim ever since.
Some rooted stuff.
All right, this next voicemail, and then that's the end of the show. The ep.
What is your prediction for the batting order on opening day?
All right, there you go. That is short and sweet. I don't know who left that voicemail. Good. I at the beginning of the offseason, I said we were going to end every show with our lineup prediction for opening day because it keep rotating as trades happen. Because Headley would have been in mine 2 weeks ago, a month ago. Here's mine, and I haven't thought about this. I didn't prepare. Gardner leads off. Judge.
Check.
Stanton. I think they're going to stack those dudes.
Agree.
Bird.
Yeah. To start.
Because you can't stack all three righties. Gary, 5th. Didi, 6th. Hicks, 7. I think Torres is going to be starting, or Wade. Glaber will be there April 17th whenever he can come. But Torres, no, okay, so then Josh Harrison and then Wade. Bam.
Josh Harrison?
It's someone not on the team right now is going to be in the opening day lineup. So
I'd say the only I was going to say the only interesting part, and then I thought that sounded rude. But I think the only thing in that top 6 that's an open discussion would be flipping CC and Bird. Just with what Didi, excuse me. With what Didi did last year, I don't know. I think we definitely have our optimist hats on, but
Bird started last year as the 3-hole hitter.
Right. And Didi batted cleanup a lot last year, so I don't know. I could see opening day them having that flipped and kind of putting it on Bird to earn his spot. But yeah, otherwise, man, that top 6 is going to be fun.
Yeah.
And then give me
7 if you include Hicks.
Yeah, give me Hicksy, and then we I don't know, we'll sneak Josh Harrison into a trade, and then we'll sneak Joey Gallo from the Texas Rangers, and we'll get another batter to bat too. We'll use 10 batters.
Revolutionize the game.
Would.
I like it. Jake means he grasps the heel. Loser.
Come on.
That's tough. That is a tough name meaning.
Dog's name.
He grasps the heel. All right, that is it. Do we have anything else we want to say?
I don't think so. I guess the other thing, and you do your rate, reply, review, that kind of stuff. I don't know. We've been spitting other ideas. I mean, we're gonna absolutely crush the spring training stuff this year. Give us any ideas for that. Any other things you guys want to see in the offseason? I know one of the things I bounced off Jimmy was kind of doing a player expectations. I love that kind of stuff. A worst case, a best case, where we think they actually land kind of situation. I would love doing something like that. I think you guys would be interested in that kind of stuff. But yeah, any suggestions, we're open to it. Again, we when the season comes, we're going to be going twice a week. Hell, I think we'd love to be doing what we can twice a week during the off season. But like we said, it gets tough.
There's going to be a lot going on in the future of Talkin Yanks, all aspects of it. But I'll give those updates later when it's cemented and finalized.
The Georgia Bulldogs just won. They're going to the championship, led by Coach Kirby Smart. So big day for the Kirbys.
Big day for the Kirbys. And Kirby Puckett passed away today.
Ah!
I don't know. I haven't seen that anywhere. So I don't know if that's true or not. Could be, but it would be wild if it was. Is he already dead? He's already dead?
Yeah.
Okay. He's passed away a while ago. Okay. Still a lot of Kirby talk. Anyway, rate. What is the spiel? I should have this down. Rate, review, subscribe. Subscribe. If you listen on YouTube, if you watch live, there's a handful watching live. That's awesome. Appreciate it. If you watch these on YouTube solely, that's awesome. I love it. But just go into your phone, subscribe, because those numbers matter a lot more than YouTube numbers, and so it helps us out. So that's nice.
So thanks.
Subscribe, rate, review. You guys are awesome. Hopefully we have some news. Otherwise, we'll try to think of some fun. Keep the voicemails coming. Spring training tips, advice, wants. We should try. I'm getting so into this spring training. I'm gonna give Jake like an itinerary of a schedule, and he's gonna be so mad at me about it.
Yeah, it's a little scary. It'll be fun.
All right. Oh, and my grandma, I got her a shirt for Christmas that said, "Tell him, Grandma," and then a picture of both of us doing the podcast together and "Go Yankees." And when she got it, she said, "You forgot to say it a couple of podcasts ago." She called me out. So,
wow.
With that, thanks for listening. See you guys later. Tell him, Grandma. Stop broadcast.